Hello everyone, my name is Captain023, and right now we're looking at War Thunder in my BF-109F4. Now, as some of you may know, the BF-109F4 is amazing, to say the least. And look at this guy almost lifting up into me. That's probably my fault. I should have put it up a little bit more, and I think I realized that right about here. And as you probably can figure it out, it's his post commentary. And I'm sick still. But I wanted to get this out here because there's an idea I had. My nose. My nose. This is a longer video. Maybe because the last two guys we had to find, we couldn't find for the longest time. And it's infuriating because you're just sitting there just trying to find the guy and you can't find him. No matter what you do. Finally, we do find them, but to no avail. And the one thing I noticed in this game is the fact that there are a lot, and when I say a lot, I say a lot, of BF-109s. That word. They have F4s. I mean, you got the BF-109s, you got the HE-112s. Pretty sure the HE-112s, aren't they the 5? I don't know. But I'm trying to get some altitude here so I can, when I get the chance, I can dive bomb on my enemy and then, you know, boom and zoom. I'm not quite sure if the BF-109 is one of those planes where you want to boom and zoom. It seems more like a dogfighter, but I seem to come out pretty okay if I do a boom and zoom in it, so. Another thing I've found out of this thing is that whenever I try and go fast, my wings seem to rip off. Luckily, it doesn't happen this time, but that happens a lot. And so I have to figure out a way to control my speed, which usually involves me reducing my throttle to 0 and making my flaps be on that good old, oh, hold on. Sorry. And put it on combat flaps. Try to slow me down a little bit. No air brakes on it. That kind of stinks. I do only get one kill in this battle, but it was a really nice kill. I've been following them for a bit, and I finally get out. When it comes time, I'll talk more on that. But the German Luftwaffe, which is the Air Force, the German Air Force. Very effective in World War II, actually. Obviously not effective enough, as we all know, but it was pretty effective during their Blitzkrieg days. The problem with the German, basically everything, German Army, German Navy, what Navy? German Navy, they had mainly U-boats, and German Air Force is all built for a Blitzkrieg, and not your conventional warfare, which was long-term, monthly warfare. They were more of the get it done fast in a few weeks, maybe even days if they can do it. A good example of this was Poland and France. France, they just obliterated, and honestly, France, I don't know. I don't know if it was just a combination of them just not wanting to fight after World War I and being ill prepared for it, but I mean, you gotta realize France had just lost millions of people in World War I. I mean, Germans too, but Germans were mobilizing, and not mobilizing, but you know, getting their military up and running. And the French, well, they were kind of doing something. I don't know what they were doing actually, but if you really think about it, let's throw a number out there. I don't think this is accurate, but say 5 million people. I'm sure more than that died. 5 million people of your people die. 20 years later, the same people who attacked you and did that damage are attacking again. Do you really want to fight? Do you? I wouldn't. I think it's 10 years, by the way. 10 years later. I think the war broke out in 1937. No, 39. I don't know. I'm bad at history, even though it's my favorite subject. Go figure. And this is the KI-61. Back to the game. KI-61. I try to follow this guy, but then I realize, oh wait, I'm a little bit slow. I am catching up, but at some point, he realizes 2 of us are on him and gets inside of us, and I should have fired earlier, but I couldn't do it. Anyways, and that's a E20, and he also, this time, I don't even know what I was doing. I see the Blenheim, I'm like, no thanks. Viewfighter, definitely no thanks. And I think I try to go after the A20 again. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. What do I do? I can't remember. I just recorded this and I can't remember. Go figure. Yup, I see the KI-61 go down. I decided to go after the A20 because he's closer. But then I realized, oh wait, it's an A20 because for some reason I can't outspeed it. Sooner or later, I break off and go after something else. I think it's a Spitfire I go after. Back to the history lesson. So, Germany after invading Poland, and don't forget the Russians also invaded Poland about 2 weeks after Germany did. Don't forget that. I had a history teacher the other day. I'm out of college, by the way. I just, my last class was like a few days ago. But, my history teacher, I have 2, because I had 2 history classes. One of them was over American history. And what she said, this is wrong, by the way. What she said was, oh, I love the fact that she said Hitler, not Germany, but Hitler invades Poland, right? And think of Poland, and he invades it. Then he keeps on going to Russia and then to Moscow. And that whole time I'm thinking, no. Oh, God, I got hiccups now. No. God, freaking water. Need water. I'm thinking, no. Because Russia invaded Poland also. You're completely ignoring a few facts. Anyways, I ranted about that for a few... God, I had to have been hours I ranted about that to my own father. I'm like, he finally just like, dude, I get it. Just shut up. Anyways. So, after they invaded Poland, they invaded France. And, of course, as soon as... we invaded, I think it wasn't even when we invaded Poland, I think it was when we invaded the rest of the Czechoslovakia, because we had only captured, I think, half of it. Or not we, Germany captured half of it. This is the P-40E, by the way, that I completely miss. Look at this. Miss! I don't think we declared war on them on Poland. And I keep saying we. America didn't declare war till 1941. Britain and France... If I say we before 1941, I mean Britain and France, the Allies. I'm pretty sure they declared war as soon as Germany invaded the other half of Czechoslovakia. I might be wrong, though, so just realize that. Don't take that for granted. Anyways, they attacked France. And the French, they kind of expect the attack, and they... prepare for this. It's called the Maginot Line. I think it's called the Maginot, Maginot, I don't know. But it was a failure because the Germans didn't even, go through it. They went through Belgium. Again. There's a Spitfire I keep. Right here. This is the Spitfire I'm talking about. Look at this. Watch this. Watch this. I've been trying to shoot him, and then finally it's like, boom. Right here. Rip his his ring off. His wing off. Anyways, so we go. Germany goes through Belgium, and the French and British do have forces there because, they're not that dumb. I mean, they realize they're probably going to try to go through Belgium, so they have forces there. And Germany has a diversionary force and a main force. Main force is going through the mountains, and a different. It's a small country. I can't remember what it's called. It might not even be a different country. It might still be the Belgians. I don't know. They're going through the mountains. It's an armored division. And the British and French do not know this. They're fighting the diversionary force. What's funny is that the diversionary force, which is very small, not many men, is able to defeat the British and French. The diversionary force. That wasn't supposed to be able to defeat them. It defeated them. Not entirely. I mean, they were defeating them. The armored force then swooped around behind the Allied forces and cut them off from the French mainland and forced them into the English Canal. Is it English Canal? That's the English Canal, right? Was it the English Canal or was it the Dunkirk? Dunkirk. That's what I'm thinking of. The city of Dunkirk, or harbor, or port harbor, or thingy. You know what it is. Where the Allies had to escape to Britain, with the Germans bearing down on them, by the way. And then, of course, Germans took the rest of France, and southern France was allowed to, be unoccupied as long as they, it was basically a puppet government. They could do what they wanted as long as they did what Germany wanted to. It's called a lot of people call it the Vichy France here in America. I don't know what they call it up in, France and Britain and Germany. Over here in the States, we call it Vichy France. And I don't know why, but we are not fond of them. Anyways. So that happens. The Germans take over France. Woohoo. And then I think in 1939, 1940. I don't know. Sometime in the future, they freaking invade Russia. Mistake, as far as I'm concerned, but they did. Another mistake was, I think Hitler, at the time, it wasn't a mistake because of what Hitler knew of Stalin's regime. And that was Stalin was killing off all of his generals because he's paranoid and he was afraid his generals were going to uprise and, kill him and take over. So he was killing off his generals or imprisoning them. And when Germany invaded, guess what? Now generals to defend Russia. So Stalin was, I think this is a story, one of my high school, this is high school level education, not college. One of my teachers said that Stalin hid in his room. He had an apartment, and he hid in it for a week before finally coming out and realizing that no one was going to kill him because of the He basically went in there at first because he thought people were going to kill him for, Germany invading and after the truce. Anyways, that may be true. It may not be. I'm not sure. But we're looking for the last two if you didn't realize that. And we finally spot the TBF. And I'm just like, oh, can the BF-109 handle it? I start heading that way just in case. And sooner or later, that BF-109 is going to do something. And I'm just like, that's not good. Anyways. The BF-109's over there. I'm over here. I'm like, I'm going to travel 12,000 meters. That's just lovely. Anyways, back to history lesson. Germany invaded French. And what was my whole point in telling you all this history? I can't remember. Oh, right. I was telling you that the German force was meant for blitzkrieg and not conventional warfare. The Germans at the time had the most modern military. That is well known. Every country knows this. In World War II, they had the most modern military. Why? Well, thanks to World War One, they had to scrap all of World War One military supplies. They were back to wooden guns, nothing, no machine guns, no tanks, no navy, no planes. They had to start over. And when you have that technology at that time and age, hey, why not make your army have the best of the best, or your air force or your navy, So and Hitler was more of a blitzkrieg kind of guy. He's like, let's get it done fast. It's not stay here a while. And Battle of Britain kind of screwed that all up because he was there for a while. I say he, I mean Germany, the Luftwaffe. The German planes were over Britain. There's lots of battles, constant bombing, and at first, oh, by the way, coming up, this is just stupid what happens. But I can't remember which happens first. There's debate on this. One of them was Britain accidentally bombed Berlin, or one of them was Germany accidentally bombed London. Right here. I get shot. One bullet shoots me down. Doesn't shoot my plane down. It shoots me down. My guy just gets killed. Boom, like that. And that's the end of the video. So, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'll continue the history lesson in the next video if I make another video. And I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one. Oh, wait. That's not the button.